Cardoso, I would think that Johnny Cardoso still needs to prove to Poch that he belongs.
So who would your midfield be very quickly, Nico?
Right now, I would personally choose Johnny Cardoso. If I was Poch, Johnny Cardoso, McKinney.
In the depth charts, though, I suppose, Nico, when you're looking at the potential of playing in 2026, the midfield is deep for the US side. Where does he rank in this for you?
He's definitely there. Take out Yunus Musa, right? Clearly, between him and Pochettino, the story is done, at least for now. So Christian Roldan, although Roldan offers a lot of incredible intangibles, you would consider him in that chart. But Johnny Cardoso just has a little bit more quality and experience at the Champions League level that you would like. Aiden Morris is getting a good run in. Tanner Tessman is growing. And Sebastian Berhalter has also stepped up.
Yeah. He took his opportunity when he was...
Right? Like, I don't even know if Tyler Adams is a lock for the world. I don't...
No, just because of the injuries.
Nobody is a lock, to be honest. So, like, to me, like, if I had to choose, he's second, third, maybe in the depth chart, but I don't know if Pochettino sees it as a depth chart. Who's available? Who wants to fight the most? These are my guys.
It depends on what Pochettino is looking at. Is he going to be a manager that goes into the World Cup looking on current form to say, right, this half of the season, who's playing, who's getting the games, who do I like? Or has he already made up his decision from previous camps that he's had and seeing the players in and around the place and judging them on those games?
I think there's a couple of guys who are closer to that.
I would say for me,
like Berhalter.
I felt Weston McKennie was probably maybe not a definite cert, but if you look at his run of form right now, whether you're Pochettino or not, it's going to be hard to ignore Weston. I think Weston, for me, right now has shown a lot, not just character-wise, but the versatility he's shown.
But is that not a good thing?
It's a great thing.
Honestly, I think it's an amazing thing because we went to the World Cup last cycle and we said, who's the midfield? Yunus, McKennie, Adams.
Yeah.
Lock. We knew what the midfield was. So the fact that we're still kind of in doubt means that there's a lot of competition in that position.
But is it a good thing when you don't necessarily have the cohesion then, Troy, in these important build-up games that don't have any implications?
No, I think they've used the games wisely to have a look at people and brought certain people back in to see how they fit in the fold. And because when you're travelling, and Nigel could talk this a lot better than me, but people that I know that have travelled, it's about how do you get on in the hotel. There's so much downtime that it's like, how do these people get on at food, when they go for breaks, in meetings, because you're training for a little bit, most of the time spent in hotels and doing little things in and around there. So I would be really surprised if Pochettino doesn't already have 18 to 20 players already nailed in his mind's eye, right, that's who we've got. And then it's about like who's fit and available, to your point, to just add to that. But I think for Johnny Cardoso, he has to. The quality that he has, the level that he's playing at when fit and available, he has to be first name on the team sheet.
First name on the team sheet.
For me, from a midfield point of view, because when I look at it, again, talking to quality, talking to that little bit extra, he already knows what it's like to win because Diego Simeone makes sure you win every day in training. So that's an intangible I want to put in there. Two, he's got more quality in and around than, without being disrespectful, to a Tyler Adams, who is more of a crash bang wallop. He's a bit of an enforcer. So he's...
What about Weston McKennie?
I think Weston McKennie, the best thing with Weston McKennie is, wherever you put him on the depth chart, he's going to play. You can put him as a left back, a right winger, a centre forward. It doesn't matter. But in terms of the ones we've seen on that list, for me, he's number one star. For me,
I think that the other bonus as well is if you want to go really deep into it, you look at Pochettino and obviously you talk about Cholo Simeone, as Nico would say. They're both Argentine. So it's easy for Pochettino to ring up Cholo and say, look, tell me more about him. What do I need to know? And you can get more deeper details from his fellow countrymen to tell him more about Cardoso and give him more of an insight. But I think that you got Tessman as well as playing well. You can't overlook him. I like Nico's point on Berhalter because I think Berhalter, when he was given the opportunity, he surprised a lot of people. And even though he's playing MLS, you just can't write him off because I think he's...
And compare that to Cardoso's Gold Cup, for example, right? Who is injured the whole time in the friendlies right before going into that. He didn't play well against Switzerland and Turkey.
Switzerland, Turkey. And he gave the ball, I think.
He did. He gave
responsible for one of the goals.
This is the thing, that I think the players themselves going into the World Cup 2022, they knew who were the starters, they knew who were the bench players. And although maybe Pochettino already kind of has his eyes set on 18, 20 players to go to the World Cup, and maybe it's just about adding those informed guys, I don't even think the players themselves know right now. And I think that kind of breeds a little bit of fire in you to say, oh, in training, even though this is a friendly, I want to win it. Like, and maybe Pulisic is like the only guy
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Where does McKinney fit into the system? McKinney's going, oh, well, there's a couple of guys that are actually playing really well, too. Even the MLS guys, right? Berhalter stood up, and Berhalter's challenging people.
But I would say, again, when then you look again deep at the players and attributes, I think that Weston McKennie can do everything what they do. They're all very similar players. But for me, I would say Weston McKennie is more of a goal threat than most of the other midfield players that they have. That's the one thing I would say, okay, can he do this? He can get the ball off the back. He can control the game. He can play in different positions. But he can definitely score more goals. He's an aerial threat. So I think when you look at all of them we just spoke about, Weston gets the edge because I think he can do a little bit more than all of them, and he's showing it.
Yeah.
So what's the midfield?
I
don't know what the midfield is. but I would
Weston,
say
so Johnny
Getting the ball
Cardoso,
winner.
I would think that Johnny Cardoso still needs to prove to Poch that he belongs.
So who
Yes,
would your
because, yeah,
midfield be very quickly, Nico?
Right now, I would personally choose Johnny Cardoso. If I was Poch, Johnny Cardoso, McKinney, and... But not
depends on who's
Berhalter,
gonna
right?
play. Yeah, exactly. But
And
Holter's played well.
Berhalter?
No.
And then
I
you've got
wouldn't.
Tyler Adams.
No.
You're going to need a
I probably would go...
Depends if he gets back fit. Right.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
this question on YouTube says, will Cardoso even make the World Cup roster? And 36% of the viewers think no, but 64% say yes. Here's just a reminder of all the US players that are playing tomorrow, that the teams have tomorrow. Yunus Musa against Dortmund, they're 2-0 down for Atalanta against the German side. Folarin Balogun will play at PSG. The Monaco, they are down 3-2, I believe, on aggregate. And Weston McKennie against Galatasaray. It's Juventus that have got a mountain to climb to come back against the Turkish side. Folarin Balogun as well, 2 goals in the first leg against PSG. Despite them losing, he was a real bright spot, wasn't he, against the defending champions?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I love this goal. The cross makes it as a striker, but the fact that he pulls away from Mendes there, Mendes has no idea where he is. He's inside the 6-yard box. This is the one I love, though. Gets the ball, keeps it on his right-hand side, one touch to get it away from Marquinhos trying to get back, and the second one takes it nice and early for the keeper set. For me, with Folarin Balogun, I think he's probably the outright favourite at the moment because he's the most polished of all of the strikers that America have available. I still feel there's more to give. I think he can be a bit more aggressive. But if America are to do well, his connection with Pulisic has to be great because he's the one who's got to be leaned upon to score all the goals. Fantastic moment in the Champions League for him as well. If they can keep playing at that level, it'll be great.
I've got my midfield, by the way, because I'm thinking for 3 spots, but really it's just 2.
Yeah.
Because if it is going to be a 3-back, you're going to have
3-4-3, right?
right a Cardoso, Tillman, and then the 3 up top is going to be McKinney, Pulisic, Balogun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? And there it is.
What about Haji
Interesting.
Wright if he plays up top?
No, not Haji.
I don't think Haji starts.
Okay.